guys, and welcome back to a new video. Today's video is going to be a TBR jar. It's my September TBR. I thought we'd go back to basics and just do a simple TBR jar video this month. So I've got my little TBR jar down here, which is literally just a cup full of prompts, and we're just going to pick them out. I think I'm going to do about 6 books because then I can mood read for the remainder of the month. So I've also got a holiday in September, so those books might be separate from what's on my TBR depending. So yeah, we're just going to do 6 prompts out of here and just pick my TBR. Pretty self-explanatory, back to basics this month. Let's pick the first prompt. I haven't refreshed these from previous ones, so sorry if they're the same. What have we got? Oh, that's a really unhelpful. A popular book. I don't know if that's gonna, there we go, a popular book. That's really unhelpful. Really unhelpful, because that could literally be anything, couldn't it? I actually do know something that I want to read, and it is very popular, but is it time? So let me go through my choices. So I've got Binding 13, Better Than the Movies, Picking Daisies on Sunday, because that's quite popular on like TikTok, well, BookTube. Then I've also got some fantasy, so like One Dark Window, Six of Crows, Caraval, A Court of Wings and Ruin. I do think, however, that I am going to go Binding 13. This book has literally been calling my name for the past month or two, ever since, well, to be fair, it's been calling my name for a while, but then I had this on my birthday, and then ever since it's been on my shelf, I'm like, okay, I feel like it's probably time to read you, but I just haven't got around to it because I'm very worried that it's going to be very sad. But you know, we're having sad girl autumn, so yeah, I think it's going to be this book. So this is my first choice for September. Let's pick prompt number 2. Now I'm going to have to be very cautious because that's an 800-page book, so let's not pick another large book this month. An author you've never read. Ooh. My options are Assistant to the Villain, anything by Christina Lawrence. No, can't be them. I have read something by them. Or A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. But Assistant to the Villain is actually shorter, and I'm obviously considering the fact that I've just picked Binding 13, so, and I kind of want to range this month, so yeah, I think I'm going to go Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole. Is that, do you say that Mayher? Please tell me how to say that name. But yeah, I have heard really good things, and I think I got this for my birthday actually, and I was so shocked because I actually really wanted this, and someone from my family picked it off my wish list for me. And the next one has just come out as well, which is Apprentice to the Villain, and I didn't realise, but apparently this one's left on a cliffhanger, so now I'm intrigued and I really want to read this. So let's do the third prompt. Oh, I've picked out like multiple. A book in a series. Oh, I literally wrote down the other day the series that I am in the middle of. What series have I got left? So we could pick A Good Girl's Guide to Murder because that's the first one in the series, but have I got any that would help me? I mean, I've got Hopeless, but I'm hoping to read that at the end of August because it still is August while we're filming this, but I've got The Simple Wild. I've got, oh, do I want to read that one? I've got Swift and Saddled. I might pick that one. I might pick Swift and Saddled. I was leaning towards A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but that might come up in another prompt, or I might just end up reading it anyway. But I think I'm going to pick Swift and Saddled for book in a series because this is the second one in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I can't remember when the third one's coming out. It's either this year or next year, but the third one is on its way. So I kind of want to get up to date on the series. And again, this is another short one. I'm thinking of my reading time. So I think I'm going to pick Swift and Saddled. Let's do a 4th prompt. Oh, let someone pick a book for you. I will film the rest of this video, then I'll send someone a message and they can pick a book for me for this month. But I want to pick the rest of my books first because I don't want to have to wait for them to pick me a book. So yeah, we'll do the next prompt. I'll come back to that one and we'll pick that one at the very end. It would be very helpful if my mom was home right now because she could just come up and pick a book. But she's not. So, a book with a person on the cover. That is not helpful. I feel like I've had really vague ones this time. There is a book I really want to read, but considering I've just picked that massive book, I don't want to pick Magnolia Parks Into the Dark because that's also huge. A person on the cover. Maybe we'll do a Lynn Painter book because I've really wanted to read one of hers. So the choices are Better Than the Movies, The Do-Over, The Love Wager, Betting on You, or Happily Never After. The two that are calling out to me is either like The Do-Over or The Love Wager. Let me read the back of them both and then I'll choose. It sounds so interesting, but I think I'm going to go with The Love Wager. This one is like based on Valentine's Day, so I was going to say do I save it till then, but that's a long time away. I might read it before then, but I'm feeling more The Love Wager based on the back. So that is our fourth book. The sixth prompt. So this is our last prompt and then I'm going to get someone to pick a book for me. The 10th book on your shelf. What I'm going to do is I'm going to count 10 on this one and 10 on that one and see which one I prefer to read. Okay, that's a good choice. So it's either The Devil in Blue Jeans, or I'm also missing out the books that I've read already, so I'm counting like 10 of the ones that I haven't read yet. So okay, that's a giant book. Right, I'm gonna go with the other one. And the other choice was My Dark Romeo, but I'm just not in the mood for that one. So it's gonna be The Devil in Blue Jeans by Stacey Kennedy, which is another cowboy romance. We have 2 cowboy romances to read in the month of September, which is exciting. So I'm now going to message someone and ask them to pick me a book from my TBR because that is what the prompt said. Okay, so I messaged my mum. I actually rang her and was like, can you pick me a book? And she's actually with my niece currently at the park. So my niece has picked a book, but I'll give you a rundown of the books that I sent. I just picked like 6 and sent them a picture and said, can you pick them from this? So we've got, these are the options. Summer Reading by Jen McKinley. 28 Summers by Ellen Hildebrand. Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. Or In the Weeds by B.K. Borison. So a little bit of a range, like they are mostly romances, or they are all romances, but kind of like different vibes. And my niece actually ended up picking In the Weeds by B.K. Borison, which is a recent book purchase. So I'm very, very excited about this one because I really wanted to continue with this series, and Business Casual, which is the last one in the series, has just been released. And I really want to get to it, but I obviously need to read the other ones in the series first. And it'd be nice to wrap up a series. So yeah, very excited for this one. So we have 6 books in total for our September TBR. And those are Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh, which I am nervous and excited to read. Like, I'm excited to understand the hype around it, but nervous because I might cry. Then we have Assistant to the Villain, which I've heard such good things about and is kind of like more of a spooky season read, which I'm definitely in the mood for. Then we have Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage. Again, another cute cowboy romance, which I've been really in the mood for cowboy romances recently. I've just been eating them up. So yeah, very excited for this one. And it's just a nice quick read, and then I'm up to date on that series before the next book comes out. Then we have The Love Wager by Lynn Painter. So finally making a dent in my Lynn Painter TBR that I literally have sitting over here. So I have again heard really good things about this. Bestie Ellen and Bestie Sarah have said really great things about this book, so I'm very excited to finally get to it. Then we have The Devil in Blue Jeans by Stacey Kennedy, which again is another cowboy romance. Again, just another short one. Short, simple cowboy romance. That's all we want. All I ask for in this life. And the last one we have is In the Weeds by B.K. Borison, which is the second one in the Love Light series, which again I'm really excited to read. Can you believe? So yeah, I can't wait to finally finish off this series. I know this is not finishing it off, but I feel like once I get my momentum going again, I'm probably going to finish off the series, because I really want to get to the last one, because Charlie was my favourite character in the first one. So there's something about Charlie, it's because Charlie in that one, and then Charlie in Every Summer After, which he's having his own book now. Carly Fortune, if you want to give me an arc of that book, I would very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. Anyway, yeah, so there's something about Charlie's in books because I love them. Anyway, this is the last book on my September TBR. So we've got a decent, I was gonna say a decent range. No, we haven't, because we've got 2 cowboy romances, we've got 2 normal romances, we've got a kind of like almost like a fairy tale-esque fantasy with Assistant to the Villain. It's not like high stakes fantasy, it's very much like fairy tale fantasy sort of thing. And then I do not know what category Binding 13 falls into, because I know it is a romance, but there are deeper themes in there, so I don't want to say a romance because it's definitely more than that. But yeah, a nice old range. I feel like we've got quite a few like short, quick reads, which I'm really excited for, because I obviously am going on holiday as well, so I need to consider that factor, because I've got different books I want to take on holiday. I mean, some of these might go on holiday with me, maybe like The Love Wager or like Swift and Saddled or In the Weeds, like a cutesy romance might go on holiday with me, but I have got other holiday books to read as well, so we will see where we get to with these. Thank you so much for watching today's video. This was really fun to just go back to my roots and do a TBR jar video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you're gonna read in the month of September, and I'll see you in another one super soon. Bye guys.